everyone, Jennie from Magna joining me. Jennie, tell me, you're obviously one of the sponsors for the event. Why do you decide to sponsor events like this?
So Magna's been a longtime sponsor of FIRST Robotics. In fact, we were one of the founding members of this great organization. And the reason why we sponsor it is because we really want to help instill the excitement and the enthusiasm for creating technologies and problem solving and letting these kids know that the fun that they're having today, building these robots, testing them, experimenting, figuring out all the dynamic pieces of it, that they can do that for the rest of their life at companies like Magna and so many of the other sponsors.
Why is robotics so important for students this age? What characteristics do you think they're going to take from this into their everyday lives and their jobs?
Yeah, so what's really cool about FIRST Robotics is that it becomes a team. So if you think about operating in the real world or in a big company like Magna, you are always working together as a team. So you have someone who's designing the parts and pieces, you have people who are testing, you've got people who are marketing it, and I see they have their own brands and they've got all of their brand colors and the logos and all of that, and it's just really cool to see these kids coming together to form not only a solution to the problem they're trying to solve, which in this case is the challenge that they're experimenting and what they have to actually achieve, but they're working together to solve that problem. So I think teaching those really unique problem solving skills, it's teaching them to work as a team, and it's teaching them that everybody has a different part and piece that makes these things work together.
Sure. Maybe teamwork is one of those characteristics that you guys look for. What other characteristics do you guys look for in maybe recruiting these students?
Yeah, absolutely. So, with Magna, we like to dream big and we want people to imagine what's possible. And so for us, we're creating the future of mobility and we're always thinking about what's next. And so these kids are doing that every day. They're thinking about, okay, we have a challenge, and at Magna, it's a challenge from one of our other OEMs or it's from a customer of ours. And we're trying to think about how do we solve that problem for them? And that's what these kids are doing. They've got a challenge, and now they're trying to problem solve together and then work in real time, especially on the ground here, and actually create these incredible things that they're using, these robots. And so with the robots piece of it, they're understanding the mechanisms, they're learning about physics and all of the different pieces that you would want from an education standpoint, but then also how those apply. Because I think a lot of times in the STEM field, kids get discouraged because they don't know how they're challenging courses and it's hard work.
Yep.
And you don't see how that can apply to everyday life. These types of programs like FIRST Robotics really give you that opportunity to see in real life, okay, this is what I just learned in my physics class. I'm putting it to use right now. This is so cool. And I can do these things forever if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I totally get that. I understand. When I was in high school, I feel like in mathematics class, people are going to be like, why do I need to know this equation?
Story problems, right?
I've asked myself that. I'm not going to lie, in my profession before. What advice do you want to give these students that are maybe looking to go into companies like yours?
Absolutely. So I would say continue to dream big. We believe in an entrepreneurial mindset, which I think is exactly what's being fostered here today. So you're thinking about, okay, there is a challenge, but there's not one way to solve this. And you see that every day with all of these different teams, the solutions they're creating, how they're coming together and organizing. So I think stay hungry, stay excited, always think about yourself as a problem solver first and foremost, and then I think there's so much power in that, and that's the type of individual we want. We want that person who's always seeking to ask the questions, wondering why, willing to kind of challenge expectations and think about what's next and what's even bigger to come around the corner.
Sure. All good characteristics and all good stuff I think that these kids are learning.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time,
Yes.
Jennie, and we're going to send it back to you.